Ready?
Let's do it. All right, we've made it to a Walmart.
Our first campsite.
It's our first campsite.
You are kind of cramped. Sometimes you have to just stretch it out in a Walmart parking lot on a $3 mat. That smells terrible.
We're gonna go on to drive into Quebec, into the national park this afternoon.
Okay.
Arrived at our campsite. I backed in the dark.
We really tried to get here before it was dark. I'm just talking about the challenges.
Mackenzie and I have backpacked through Europe, survived night buses in Asia, and gotten lost in markets all around the world, but somehow we haven't explored our own country nearly enough. So naturally, we're hitting the road across Canada in a camper van I've never driven before or backed up before to go camping for the first time for both of us in Quebec for a month. What could go wrong?
Jonathan did his big first conversation in French.
It was excellent.
And they didn't change over to English. She just kept looking at me. And I was like...
I am in the middle of both, so I get it on both sides. When I go to France and I speak French, people are like, you can speak French, but you don't really sound like you're from France. And it's not like a full French-Canadian accent, but they're like, you sound a bit different. And then when I come to Quebec and speak French in Canada, people are like, oh, you clearly can speak French, but it doesn't quite sound like Quebec French. But it's not quite like France French.
When we were traveling, we made friends from Quebec. One thing I would like the comments, to tell me, why are the biggest Canadian travelers from France? Like, it's like by far.
From Quebec, not France. This
Biggest
is going to be a big testy moment.
Like, the biggest group of Canadians traveling are from Quebec. Like, by far. If we met Canadians in hostels, they were from Quebec. If we met them on walking tours, they were from Quebec. Anyways, just a side note, it's not exactly a French accent. So, I think probably everyone's kind of just like, he speaks it, but strange.
We went up to the front to talk to her about how we don't have a site, we don't have a reservation, and it is actually perfect because before I even really said anything, she's like, did you find a spot last night? Did you find a spot? And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, perfect. What I'm gonna get you to do is go up to the front reception, and she explained to me in French how we're gonna get up there.
Big debate too. I wonder if we should like unhook and go and be like, we're at D1, or if we should
Drive it up,
and then maybe they'll put us in a different spot. Hello. Let me try to speak French. I think. Bonjour.
Hier soir, on est arrivé trop tard. Ah, ok. Ce soir, si c'est possible. On peut retourner aux mêmes places, mais ça va, c'est parfait.
That was amazing. We booked for last night, we paid tonight and tomorrow night, so we're gonna be here for the next couple nights so we can do stuff at the national park. Everyone is super nice.
I know, I wonder if they would be equally as helpful in English.
Interesting. Maybe one time we should do a test and you go up and ask.
Or you do. You just speak in English.
Yeah, and then I switch into French just to like throw them off. Even when I started telling the story to this guy, he said, I have heard your whole story, da da da. And I was like, oh, I guess you didn't know that because you can't speak French.
I'm like this all the time. Also, how beautiful.
It's coming around the corner.
Say the we thing again, because that was the one that really sounded different to me.
So a big differentiation is instead of France French saying oui with a sharp E, oui, it was more of an eh, ouais, ben ouais, oui, ouais. Des un. It's different sounding. Des un.
Now you're just saying it so many times.
Des un.
Oh my god.
We're gonna head out to a hike this afternoon, but we're gonna make some lunch first.
It's gonna be like a brisk walk.
No, we're hiking the Alps. Get ready. No, it's actually the Gatineau Hills. The Quebec Hills, not even Gatineau. An important thing about doing outdoor activities is to stay fueled.
Sometimes by sometimes I mean like literally every other time I've ever made this, I don't even use turkey. It's a great vegetarian sandwich. You just use hummus. Also, anyone, if you haven't tried the Frank's Red Squeeze, is amazing because it has a squeeze top and it's a little bit thicker. Yum. Okay, this is our very first camping meal that we made. Bon appetit.
There's definitely something addictive about trying things for the first time. Like if you're the type of person who tries new things all the time, or who travels a lot, or who is adventurous, you will start to crave that, I find. For two people who are like that, it's exciting for Mackenzie and I when we find something that feels like the first time again, and it feels exciting and thrilling in that way. It definitely does not always make me the most comfortable in the moment, But in the spirit of first times, we are going on our first hike, on our first day at the campground, on our first road trip in Quebec, driving a camper for the first time. It's a lot of firsts.
I thought someone come up behind me.
Yeah.
I thought it was you naturally.
Uh-huh.
So I thought, oh, we go this way.
Yeah, oh, you have a little... You got it. Oh, another one on your vest. A piece flew. We're just about...
I thought it was you. And then we all laughed.
We're just heading into our walking trail at Les Cascades
And
Trail.
already there's a hill and I'm over it.
Yeah, already there's a hill. I think that I have a ligament issue in my foot and it's hurting. What is it? Oh no, a tendon irritation. Not a ligament, tendon irritation. For context, I'm recovering from my first marathon I ran a couple weeks ago. Check a couple videos back for that. But we're gonna go on a hike that's about, it's like a nice walk. That's like an hour and a bit. And I think this would be a perfect first little like national park outing. And good to test my foot. Oh my God, we're coming up here and there's like so many people. This is not what I was expecting. This is fun. It's like a whole park area. Look at this. I have a bear bell. Like there's a lot of people. Like I did not need the bear bell. I'm putting it in my bag. I feel so embarrassed right now. Like I thought we were going deep in nature. And then it says on the sign, no animals, no feeding. I'm like, oh, okay, well I don't need a bear bell. There's literally hundreds of people and I have a bear bell. Okay, great.
We're going on a trip.
I guess the bear bell wasn't too bad of an idea. I learned a little more about La Mauricie National Park, and it actually has some unique stories of its own. The park is located about halfway between Quebec City and Montreal, so it's quite accessible, and it opened in 1970 as Canada's 22nd national park. Although Indigenous people have used this land for thousands of years. The traditional Indigenous nation from the land that is now the park is the Atikamekw people. For thousands of years, they hunted and fished and lived on this land, and their ancestors used the waterways as travel corridors. Today, more than 93% of the park is still covered by forest. There are 150 lakes of all different shapes and sizes tucked between rolling hills and mountains, and the park welcomes over 340,000 visitors per year, and apparently that estimate is on the low side. It's really incredible to be here and imagine all of the stories and the lives that have passed between these trees and rolled over these hills throughout history. Mackenzie was saying that this side of the park is known to be a little bit more popular and touristic and more popular for day trips. Specifically, we did see a lot of school buses and there was like some groups of school kids playing when we came in. There's literally hundreds of people and I have a bear bell. And over here, there just is lots of people in general walking the trails and stuff, which is great. And tomorrow we're gonna do a hike on the other side of the park, so it'll be really interesting to compare that. And we're staying over on that side, so it's definitely a little bit quieter over there, which is nice.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, Johnny's glistening. A beautiful hike we're having tonight. Walking in a Quebecois forest day.
Well, that wraps up the hike here at Les Cascades, and it was really rewarding hike without much effort. Like it was only a few kilometers, and there was definitely a little bit of incline, but just really short little portions.
It took us like an hour.
Took us about an hour. There was little
and
short.
We were moving slow.
Yeah, we were stopping to take photos. There was a couple moments where you had to kind of climb up a rock or climb up a little hill, but it was easy. Would recommend.
Yep.
So much quieter here with all the school groups.
Yep. Okay, well, let's go get firewood.
We're gonna go get firewood, get ice. I'm really excited that tonight we're in the campground, like as the sun's going down, just because you can smell everyone's fires, you can smell people cooking. We're gonna make pudgy sandwiches, which I've never had, which I'm really excited to try. It's gonna be a good evening. This is Fire Making 101 with Mackenzie. Welcome to the class. Everyone get in your order and get your supplies ready. I don't know what I'm saying because I'm stressed about class.
As you know, I come from a family that, as you could not know, but maybe you could guess, I come from a family with a lot of strong opinions. So I honestly, personally have only ever made a fire once, and that was a few weeks ago because I made my dad show me. Because normally people really take over because they have like very specific ways they like to make fire. So in my family, there's two types of way people make fire. The log cabin and the teepee. I learned the teepee, but I'm not saying it's better. I don't want to incite a fight, a debate. That's just where we're at. As my dad said to me, there's things you need fire. Air, O2, and heat.
Isn't O2 the same as air?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so there's two.
Yeah, O2.
Stunning. I think you said three, my bad. Isn't it fuel, air, and heat? Fuel, heat, and power, or something like that. Fuel, energy, power? I don't know. You need love, joy, and light. So far, this is fun.
So when you crunch the paper, you don't want to crunch it too much. That was something.
Laundry lint.
Honestly, I would prefer to do this with a lighter, but Jonathan was in charge of getting the fire supplies, and
we're going old school, people. We're going old school.
Oh shit!
Oh,
bleep that out. I don't want the people to know. Oh, something's on fire.
Wow.
You have to
let there be light.
Now you just have to hope the wood catches. That's the biggest part.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
This is looking good. Oh, baby, that crackling.
It's good.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's how you make a fire.
I did it.
Nice work. Yeah, some little ones for them to keep catching.
Sometimes people go, but I didn't even need to do that because I did such a good job.
Yes.
All of a sudden, it started to look like a flop. Oh no, she fell.
She fell. We're going into recovery mode here just because we're getting the logs to catch. That is good. Still fire? Yep, there is.
Not a lot.
Oh, we're going back to square one. That's still some good fire on there. Fuel, heat, and power, something like that. Fuel, energy, power. I don't know. Let there be light.
Walking in a Quebec forest day.
Folks, after trials and tribulations.
For one minor little argument.
No, they never saw that, so let's just ignore it. Try that again.
No,
Folks, after trials and tribulations. No, I had a breakdown and it's not okay.
I was taking the list as a suggestion, and Jonathan and I was like, I don't like that suggestion. I was like, and then I was like, okay, chill. And obviously he hates when I say that, as most people would. We had a minor fight over a fire, but I think,
The important thing is that we have heat source, we have flame, we have light.
Love,
joy, and light. This is impressive that this is the second.
I watched a lot of people make fires. I didn't do the initial setup myself. I just kind of lit it, but with instructions. So this is, I'm proud. I ended up going with the log cabin method, and that would be my recommendation.
Look at our beautiful log cabin burning. Let there be light.
Guys, we had a little tip of the fire, and basically my realization is that, like, we're doing a lot of new things camping, and we just need to have a little grace with each other. And when we're trying new things and we're focused, we're maybe a bit frustrated, it's not coming easily, just to look at each other and say, I love you, and it's okay. Have grace.
Really nice. This is a Pudgy grill.
Yeah, pizza or like pie maker, campfire pie. Yeah, great. It'd be a bit easier if the margarine wasn't so cold. But you have to sometimes work with what you have.
Holy, she's going.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cute.
And Jonathan's never had one of these before.
I'm so excited. Comment below if you've had a Pudgy. This is cooking at the campfire.
Yep.
There we go. And then we're gonna put this in the fire.
Yep.
Cheers. They need more time?
Yeah.
Okay. Take 2. Oh, it is sizzling.
Stop burning. No. These are good tables, Perks Canada. They're still like, maybe there's too much butter. They're not going the best.
Worst case, we just put them into a bin and we eat them with a fork. It's true. Stand by. It's the first time we've cooked
It's
on
like
them.
cast iron. And it's like, oh no.
It's gonna taste good regardless, so don't worry.
But I don't think there was quite enough ham on this one side.
My one job, the pan.
Oh, well, we was some way.
Whoa. Beautiful. This has been pizza deconstructed and reconstructed again.
Okay, well.
Enjoy, bon appetit. I'm being dead eyes.
Oh.
Wow, you look beautiful in this light.
We're gonna work on this. Tune in tomorrow and we're gonna try to do better.
Every day is another challenge. Oh.
Okay, it's good.
Okay. Bon appetit, y'all. Good night. No, I love it. I'm excited for it.
It's not the best, but
Oh.
it is what it is.
How's
I
the
think we
sauce?
both need a fork and a knife.
Okay. Looking back on all these firsts, I can tell why I was craving this feeling again. Even though trying something new can be stressful and scary or so chaotic, if you can laugh and find joy and forgive yourself in the process, that's what life is all about.
Oh, sorry.
All of a sudden she becomes the most demure woman.
It is so true. Like, stand behind and go, wee.
Oh, I just burped out of stress.
In the lane, Johnny's glistening. So should we unhook and drive up, or should we just drive up? Stay tuned.
That was violent.
Just walk this way.
Should I bring my snack?
That makes me a woman in STEM because I almost remember that.
Wow.
A beautiful hike we're having tonight, walking in a Quebecois forest day.